Good evening. Thank you very much to Michael Stipe and the fellow band members of REM with Drive. But that's enough of that. Purely because, obviously, if I have it on for too long, you get reported and you lose the video. Greetings and salutations on a very cold, wet, snowy, frosty, muddle of a evening. It's been really pants and very cold, in fact. But yes, it's another Wednesday night hobby hangout. We have internet for a change. We've actually got the engineer coming out tomorrow to attend to the junction box that all the power that B comes from. So hopefully things will be a little bit more frequent, because there's been a lot of on and offing of routers and everything for the last few months, to be honest with you. It has dragged out quite considerably, but that is the way of things, unfortunately, it seems. But finally they're getting things done, and right, I'm just setting things up. So a little bit later, or a little bit earlier, because it always used to be 8:30 on a Wednesday night, but that's changed. We've been doing a little bit earlier in recent months. So how is everybody? How is anybody? What is anybody? Why is anybody? And other colloquial things. So here's a few bits that I have already primed so far. So I built these yesterday. So we have, once I get these little, oh, that's the last one. There it is. Right. So with this game, Dystopian Wars, which I haven't played yet, have been mentioned a few times that friend, the Engine of Phil, has said about playing a game, which hopefully we will do in short order at some point. Obviously, I need to get a few more bits painted for now. The bits I have got painted so far, we have this Hotspur class carrier. The kits are sort of allows you to build multiple variations of things. So this is the Agincourt gun cruiser thingy. And then you've got these little heavy cruisers you get here. So the little guns, they're fairly easy to put together in a lot of respects. And some more Ghana class assault submarine type thingies. I have no idea how these things play. I don't know anything on the rules because I still haven't got a rule book as yet. But it did tweak my interest, and because a few of us have been getting involved with these this particular game system, and at the time, oh yeah, got little airplane markers as well. So you can't quite, here you can. So yeah, so just see little like RAF symbols are painted on there. So this is basically one box. This is the Britannia box set that they do. You get 2 cruiser chassis. You can make different types of cruisers. I think there's like 4 different types of cruisers, or 3 cruisers and a monitor. These come as they are, basically, just little. These are frigates. They're Caliburn class frigates, and this is the Britannia battleship. So you can see you've got these bits here where you can add in things like turrets. So let me just pop in on these little bits. There's lots of different turrets. There's obviously the traditional sort of barrel cannon. There's also like missiles. There are a torpedo launchery thingy. So that's what that is. Fires torpedoes. I know Engine Phil has magnetised his ones, so I'll probably figure that out. I have got some magnets somewhere. There they are. So these should do the trick, and then I'll probably have to just trim off the bottom bits here to replace with said magnet instead, and then that will just plop in, plop out, and then because with the sprues, so you got 2, so you get the big chunk of resin, and it is really super detailed, this thing, which I think I did show off in an earlier stream. These bits here are plastic. That top section is plastic to represent this bridge. Rob is first. Congratulations. But as you can see, the detailing of that is phenomenal. Absolutely glorious. So that first lot of ships I showed, that's a support squadron box set. So they have the support squadron box set, then you have a frontline squadron box set. These plastic bits, these plastic bits here, so these 6 vessels are what you get in the support, the frontline squadron. So there's the sprues, so you've got different fronts there for like the monitor, for example, or one of these big boys. And there's different configurations how to build them. Then you've got all these little bits. I don't know what all these bits are. These obviously look like equipment things, but there's nothing telling me as yet what they have in order to use on these. Torpedoes, torpedo launchers, missile launcher things. So you get a good selection of bits on these kits. So it does give you a lot of variety. Obviously, you can only build the class itself. So, like I said, this is the Lancelot class heavy cruiser. This is the Albion class cruiser. And then there's a light cruiser as well. So it's quite nice to have that variety, and then you can actually, like, you know, muck about with to make things. As I said, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just building stuff that I think is cool. So yeah, Lancelot class heavy cruiser. Yeah, I love heavy cruisers. It's cool. Albion. Yeah, that's cool too. This thing comes in its own box set at the moment, which is the Avalon. This is the Avalon class carrier, but it's a flying carrier, because this is sort of like steampunky kind of feel to it. So although this is obviously, like, you know, this does feel like a little bit like Avengers with the helo carriers, but these forces, the Crown forces, which represents Britain and Commonwealth type thing. Although I can't say Commonwealth because there is a Commonwealth force, which is the Russians. So they all have their aesthetic. So you have like the yeah, you have lots of different. There's 8 factions. So you've got like the Germans, which are the Imperium. Then you've got the Commonwealth, which is the Russians. You've got the Crown, which is Britain and its dudes and stuff of what we would know as a Commonwealth, or sort of thing. The Americans, I think they're the Unions or something. And most of the Americans, their ships have got like little paddle steamer engines on them, sort of thing. Then you have like the not Polynesian, sort of like Indian slash sort of not Middle East. Well, I think there is a Middle Eastern faction as well. You got obviously Asian faction as well, so with like Japanese and Chinese sort of aesthetics. And you got the Enlightened, who are some dudes that hang out in like Antarctica or something. I have no idea what I'm talking about. As I said, I just thought these were cool, and that's why I sort of fell into doing them. So I said, this is a one-piece lump of resin, basically. So for the price that you buy this box set, it's basically a Frontline Squadron plus this. So this works out, if you break it down, what a Frontline Squadron. Now this is prices from Wayland Games. So the Frontline Squadron is about £27. For this whole thing, it's £44. So it works out about 18 quid for that one ship. So you've got all the bits. Leaky got second first. I did look at some of the ships. They are fun models. Yeah, Luke has actually got some as well for his birthday. He's got the what do you call them? The Antarctic dudes, the Enlightened, as they're called. Reminds me of Space 1889. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, it has that sort of aesthetic. It's got like. Have you seen Carnival Row as well on Amazon, which is quite a cool little sort of fantasy steampunk sort of diesel punk type thing, which is on Amazon Prime. Has Orlando Bloom in it and Cara Delevingne in there. And there's like, fantasy element is that there's, like fairies and sort of werewolves and creatures that go bump in the night. And then you've got the different factions of humans. So you've got the Berg, which has a sort of semi-Victorian Prussian-esque sort of feel to it. Maybe not so much the Prussian, because you also got the Pact, and they're more Prussian. And there was a war over the land of where the fairies lived, and the Berg helped them, and they were fighting over land, obviously. The Pact won, or something like that, and there was a ceasefire, and everything went back normal. But all the sort of surviving sort of Fey folk live in the Berg, and this city-state type Victorian-esque thing. But it's actually quite, it's a different show to normal, and it's actually quite enjoyable. I quite like it. But yeah, so you've got all that sort of feel to these dudes. So I'm just going to see the comparison of the heavy destroyer versus a frigate. And I always thought that frigates were bigger than destroyers for some reason. I don't know why. If Sif was on, he could probably tell me. So yes, and yeah, that's what's occurring at the moment. What are you lot up to at present? What hobbying are we working on tonight, if at all? Or are you just chilling out? What's the plan, people? What's happening with you, wherever you may be? Where's my... I'm still getting semi-organised, he says. Oh, yes, forgot. From... I think I finished this last week. I'm not sure if I showed it off, but that's the Warhound that I finished the other day. So standing on his little dead Legio Infernus adversary. So that's that little fella. In the end, I didn't bother with any decals on him, because you can pretty much guess what Legio he is from the paint scheme, and I've always said that. And this is the one I finished only the other day, well, last night actually. So done the oil wash on him, if you can focus. Oh, yeah. So got all him finished up, which I did say it was the Robertus pattern skull, but Rob corrected me. It was AD who was the first to sort of do that, so it's the AD pattern. With volcano cannon, I didn't bother with the cables on this one. Also, the top one was disfigured, and I'm trying to find my receipt, but doesn't matter. I've built it. Fuck it, I don't care. I'm working away at a Mori with the Warlord. Nice, done that proud. Awesome. Not doing much. Been shopping around for bits for my Side Titan build, and then I started looking to make bits for a graviton cannon for my Reaver. Always looking for the new bits and pieces. Right. Let's see, while I'm here, find my snippy snippies. Where's my snippy snippies? What do I need? So, always like to mark the top or the correct polarity of magnets. So I'm going to magnetise this bugger whilst I'm here. Once I can find my super glue, which I just had it. Oh, there it is. It's just there, hiding. So yeah, so how's your week's been apart from cold, if you're in Old Blighty? I just realised this thing has got these little piggy bits here. I have no idea what's to go there. That must be in their kit, because these come with, oh yeah, so the Victory box set, which is a bit dearer, but you get you get some ships in there, some subs in there, but you also get lots of war rotors, which are like little flying ships like this. So you get about 6 different, well, there's 3 different classes. So there's a small, medium, large, fly thingy. That comes in here, plus some ground units and some ships and stuff. So it's quite a nice little package, really. I quite like it. As before coming on, I was having my yum-yums. Whilst watching The Mandalorian, so I'm all up to date on that side of things. Oh, you cock. Oh, no, it was the right way. Oh, you cock. maybe we'll just leave that one off for now. Not got a clue, but it looks cool. I never go for what's best for my Titans, so hence the Corvus Assault Pod. At work, getting the final budgets in for next year, lots to do. I think we got over the line today, which is good. Which is always good to get over any sort of line, and making sure that nothing is causing any aggro, because work is always aggro. Right. So at least we know that they're in the right way. Now these ones are going to be the interesting ones. Because these have holes in. I had to do this off screen. That is being a bit of a pickle. Kind of works. Every bloody time. Why? Why would you do that? What's that other one? It's harder than we thought doing this. I like to blend cool looks with the game fun. It's a bit cold though. At the weekend I repaired my Elder Titans, magnetised a bunch of armour panels, which had come off. It's always nice to get repairs done. I said I had all those repairs to do prior to the last walk the other week. Ah, you finished the book. And what did you think of said book? I finished it last week. Had a brief chat with Lutin about things. Which is always interesting. Every bloody time. Oh, I had a notification that the Kickstarters are backed on its way. Monster Hunter comes with loads of models. Ooh. You do like your weird and wonderful. Overall, very good. I'm assuming that is for sticking together with magnets. Great setup for the finale. Also back to Deep Rock that contains a crapload of mining dwarves and creepy crawlies. Although part 2 was way too long and it could have been oh, you mean part 2 within the book? Yeah. 2, not 2. But which 2? To be or not to be? Avalon Carrier. Just. Ooh. That's a shame. I was just gone for Avalon Carrier, which that is, and came up with Space Carrier Avalon, Castle Federation by Glyn Stewart and Goodreads and Amazon UK. Dystopian Force. Ah, right, yeah. So on these is where, like, well, like those bits. Well, it has missiles on there at the moment, so. Avalon Sky Fortress. The Union are the Americans. Sultanate, Commonwealth, Enlightened, Imperium. Yeah. Yeah. So in the Avalon set, that's what you get in there. So a couple of these class of cruisers, these floaty cruisers, and then aircraft. Oh, so it's actually 8 aircraft. Some more heavy destroyers, 2 attack subs. So what am I actually looking for? Yes, I'm trying to find out. Dystopian Wars. Because with these boxes, they don't come with build instructions. they're all online. So you have the Dystopian Wars thing, yeah. Unit gallery, join a community, all that sort of stuff for War Cradle. Actions. Alliance, Commonwealth, Crown, Empire, Enlightened, Imperium, Sultanate, and Union. So we're on the Crown. And here's the read up bits. Miniature gallery. No, I don't want them. So I'm looking for the Avalon. Avalon. Gloriana. HMS Ark Royal. The Lord's Hood. That's what that Britannia, I think, is going to be. Victory. Sky Fortress. Well, that's a bit poop. Update your website. Unless the Avalon's not meant to be out and they've had it on the Avalon Sky Fortress. Now it's out. But I haven't updated the website. If only a sudden somebody was on tonight and joining in the stream. Still have 5 hours left. Enjoying it though. I asked as I don't want to spoil it for you. Got a bit to discuss. I like the enlightened fleet look. Well, that's why I think the boy Luke went for them as well, because they looked kind of cool. It's kind of close to the bit I'm thinking. Better wait till you look. Also like the Alliance look, but well, French. I'm not sure if they're just for, as I said, I don't know. It could be anyone in there, but I don't. Trying to position this bloody magnet. Right, we'll let that dry first before doing anything reckless with it, no doubt. Well, this is just a little tester with the torpedoes. Torpedoes. But yeah, no, the Alliance ships, I do like the Alliance ships. I was some of the German ships. Sorry, the Imperium. Some of their ships are actually quite interesting. Yeah, no, that's the Imperium. They've got the giant sort of walkery thing. So there's a few sort of box sets out at the moment. So Let's go back and we'll go to Imperium. I'll be able to show you the things. He says, yeah, those things. Hockmeister. That's one of them. I think there's a couple of them. Double checking. Oh, and then you've got the Vitruvian Colossus. So there's two types of Colossus by the looks of things. The Metzger. That's their super carrier. And they've got, which is basically like got rocks or like ice on it. There's a Ice Maiden is the other, because they have like, so this can be a Britannia class or a character model, which is the Lord Hoods, Avalon sort of thing. But yeah, they've got some interesting. Oh, what's that? I've got it in German, so let's go to English. So Ice Cold Beauty, the SMS Princess Wilhelmina. So I'm assuming they've got characters type things. But obviously they're still working out on stuff, so there's a lot of stuff that isn't actually available as yet. But they've got a large amount of kits out, so people can keep busy. Ah, nice one. Easy peasy. Yeah, like that. That works. So what for those ones? Yeah. Perfect. So it looks like luckily I had a bit of a fortunate situation with lots of magnets turning up, which were the wrong type for what I wanted. They sent the wrong size out, and then they sent out the right size. So I've got lots of magnets, which are these ones. I think they're a 3x1. And I say think because I haven't a clue, because they came in an unmarked size. And I think, well, they're not going to cover, because I was ordering them for Space Marine arms, I think, for doing weapons swaps for like the Mark 6 stuff. Boop, 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 boop. I might get a box. They look like a fun little side project. They're going to be pretty cheap on eBay as well. Well, that's the thing. Wayland Games, who are War Cradle, you'll get them cheaper from online suppliers. So I know Firestorm Games is one supplier. I don't think Element or Darksphere deal with them, but there are a few other suppliers out there. Goblin Games, I think. So Mellow Shade, who was on here the other day, he said that as well, about going on the what do you call it? Going to other suppliers. So because you'll get them a bit cheaper, but then obviously you still got to pay for delivery. Unless they do, like, if you spend a certain amount, you get free delivery. Who knows? But yeah, so these were picked up from Wayland on the odd occasion that I was there. Right, so they're all magnetised. Now I don't know about magnetising these, because I'm not sure if these can actually swap out weapons or if this is only going to come with rocket launchers. So yes. Hey MZ, hello. How are you? Hope you're all right. It's very cold. Um, good evening. Yes, it is so far. Are you watching together with the youngest on our TV? Hey, I'm in widescreen. That's scary. You're just chilling out and tuning in. That's welcome. Lovely to have you here. This is what not to do, young man. Not until you're old enough. So, but yes. So well, I've got those magnetized. So these two little dudes. Because I was getting a bit worried because with those other ships I got, there's like just got a big cannon. It's all well and good having a big cannon, but that's all you can do with these ones. But I like the variety of ships. This ain't Warhammer stuff. No, if you need some Warhammer, I have Titans. So there's a Titan, extreme close up, and there's another Titan, a bit smaller than that one, but almost as scary. So yes, so there is always going to be Warhammer in the near vicinity. This because obviously where I've been on quite a good run recently. I've been doing all these bloody Titans. Say that, I absolutely love them. So I've got these together, as I said, recently over the last couple of weeks, and I fancied doing a little bit. He's old enough for pints. We live in. Oh yeah. Obviously, you can drink at a younger age, surely, if I remember correctly. You get all the good stuff younger. Maybe because you're more responsible. I don't know. But yes, so we've got a multinational chat today. This is awesome. So we have well, actually, normally, Dave, we normally have another Swede in on the chats. He's not around at the moment, but Edvin, who's normally on, he's Malmo, I believe, from what I understood. And Engine Phil turns up as well. Look, Engine Phil, look what you've done. You've made me get more bloody ships. Yes. Yes. I might have just gone. Oh, come on, camp, sort out. Sorry for the loudness. Maybe because there's not a lot of paint on that. So there you go. There was too much. So yeah, all right. I've done the magnets on the chassis anyway. I can do the cannons later. Pardon moi. So I'm going to get some painting done because that's what we're here for. Even though it's not Warhammer. I do apologise, David. I know obviously you assume that I'm going to be doing Warhammer or Titans at least, but these were prepped and ready to go. You called me responsible, and Pina just laughed. Oh, another Swede, Malmo. That's far. I mean, originally from the above the polar circle. Well, you say almost like almost in a land where Santa's from, and you're a gift that keeps on giving. And obviously, you must have escaped and made your way down south. Phil. Ew. Ew. Die wolf. Yeah, they're like this. I was actually really surprised. Like obviously, like I ain't painting the bottom. No point. Not gonna see the bottom. Like that tank that was there recently. But yeah, I was really surprised because that is just one lump of resin. And after working with like Forge World stuff for so long, that was actually quite a nice change. This was several pieces. So you had this section, that top section, that section, this bit, those two bits there, and each of these. But yeah, it was just, there's no, it's lovely. It is lovely. And I say we all like a little bit of like steampunk tiger, sort of steampunkiness in the world, because it's cool. Right. So I'm going in with a paintbrush. Yes, I know. Everyone gasps. My God, what's he doing to that thing? I'm attacking it voraciously. Now, I've used obviously my trusty Halford's Grey primer. Give it a couple of coats. This is just basically Mechanicum standard. It's rapido. Sorry, not showing the magic. That lump of resin looks like an Imperium spaceship, though, and it could easily be used as that. Lest one wants to build this range, they do look really nice. Yeah, no, it's you know, obviously there is a gap in the market at the moment because there is no sort of Imperium style spaceships flying around annihilating each other. There's only still like Star Wars Armada is still available, but I think that's definitely not. I don't really know that many people that are involved in that side of things. I did buy one ship from the range, which was Home 1, which is Admiral Akbar's Moncal MC-80 Star Cruiser. I know the name because it's Home 1 and it's Admiral Akbar's. And everybody loves a bit of Admiral Akbar. Like, he's like the coolest like fish person ever. Go on. Name me a fish person who's cooler than Admiral Akbar. That's so memeable. But I did just think of the Little Mermaid. She's technically a fish person. So I have, obviously, this isn't just neat, what do you call it? Oh my gosh, Mechanicum standard. I do water it down a little bit to make it go over better. It's a trap! Exactly. The Death Star is protected by a energy shield from the forest century moon of Endor. Yes. Yes, Akbar, who was in the early days of the Empire, was actually like a manservant to Grand Moff Tarkin, and that's where he learned from Grand Moff Tarkin, apparently, before escaping. Natasha would have a field day because we have a bit of an argument about how to prime minis. I'm on the spray can persuasion and she's on the brush all the way. She's not. If she was, I'm sure she'd be jumping into the chat going, "What are you doing, you crazy fool?" Not necessarily in that type of voice, but you know, in her angry voice. But yes, no, I always prefer spray can priming, and even like basing as well, base coating, if I can. Like my Titans, I go with the Halford's Grey as a base, and then Lead Belcher spray. It's easier to do. It's less back on about, less cleanup, and you get the job done in a fraction of the time. And people ask, how can I paint so quickly? Yeah, you just use the things to hand at work and get the job done. And it's especially like if you're using not so much Lead Belcher, but like if you were using like Corax White, for example, that gets pretty decent coverage from a rattle can. So it's definitely, yeah, definitely rattle can all the way. I love Natasha, but she's wrong. Don't tell her I said that. Oh, you can tell her. I don't mind. She can come at me. I'll defend your honour, David, and say David said rattle cans all the way. I was backing him up. So, and this is why I also use cheap brushes, because I just go at things and get paint on them. So, well, especially like on this stage of things. But yeah, if I had Mechanicum Standard and a rattle can, yeah, I might have gone over in that. But I hadn't planned to. I'm not going to spend out another like £13-14 for said can of Mechanicum Standard when I don't need to. Yeah, I've unfortunately my beloved mouse, the assassin of bots, is not here today because she's my moderator. But I don't know, actually, I better check in with her. I haven't heard from her for a while. But because the internet has been so sporadic of recentness, I'm not surprised, really. But who knows? Who knows who will drop in? I wasn't expecting half of you to be here, to be honest with you. So, and hey kids, don't forget to smash that like button. Follow, like, and subscribe, and all that sort of jazz. So I have to do my thing just to make sure people do that thing that people always say to do: smashing like buttons. It's like fire alarms. Yeah, for this has been a really easy model to work with because it's one piece. Apart from obviously these little bits here, they weren't one piece. They're well, they are one piece, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 additional pieces plus the weapons, which now I can now alternate. But should go, look at Lee, he knows his stuff. So I was shopping for some ships myself. Ah, see, you're already in there. Well, that's the thing, like if you're coming in, Rob, and obviously dependent on what fleet you're going with, because as I say, Phil's got the Commonwealth, I've got Crown, Paul Easterbrook has Imperium, Luke has the Enlightened, but obviously doubles is not a problem. And then maybe one day once we've got some time between walks, maybe we can do a little meet up of battleships. Plus, if you get any of those like bigger box sets, you normally get 2 factions in there, so you might be able to swap out and sell some or something. He Akbar was also a general for the Royal Prince of Mon Calamari, according to the Clone Wars. We just seen that episode not that long ago. Right, okay. I'm only going by what I remember from years ago. I've not actually seen Clone Wars, or I did start watching Rebels, but I was meant to be doing that with my daughter, but she lost interest and just disappeared. So, and I had other stuff to watch, because it was meant to be, daily daughter watch some Star Wars cartoons. But I always just remember some like random lore I got from when I used to do role playing Star Wars, West End Games, the D6 one version. That there was, he was like, walking around following Tarkin, learning stuff. And Sultanate, yes. They just look so much fun to paint. What colours are you going for with it? Well, I'll say these, that's the scheme. So the red prow, gold. I'll use Sandry Dust for the wood decking on there. So it's very simple, washed over. I think I used, I'm trying to think, I might have used Nuln on these. And a bit of dry brush. So they're just easy peasy. They look okay, nothing fantastic. Phil's ones are pretty decent, to be fair. He's quite a good painter. Damn him. So there's my little support carrier. Little Spitfire-esque thing. So yeah, just keep like this is similar to the official scheme they have. So I had no frame of reference apart from what they did. So it's purely like Mephiston, red for the prow. I use actually a Vallejo liquid gold because that's quite a sexy colour. So let's see into. It's good. It's very fluid, but it goes on really well. It doesn't run too badly either. Natasha just came in and saw the TV and the Lee effect. That was actually that was the anniversary. Do you remember that little it was it? Oh, he showed up on my wall on a memories page on Facebook, which was the Mass Effect thing with Shepard, and you put the Lee effect on it. That was only a couple of weeks ago but that on the memories, but that was about 7 years ago, which is bonkers. There's so much stuff that has happened. It's like, that happened when? That's like crazy time. Long time ago. How are you, Natasha? You alright? Yeah, apparently you're a believer of priming things with the brush. A rattle can, man. I'm a rattle can. I'm like Spider-Man. Like that. I do the same with base coats, but I'm doing it with the brush. In tribute to you, obviously. I knew you was walking in at that particular juncture. And I hope you're all right, and I do apologise for taking up the TV screen. Maybe you'll be able to fight back from David and Peanut and take control. And happy International Women's Day to all the women that are in the chat today. or as I put on Instagram, Happy Intergalactic Women's Day because of that rather awesome Cadian or Cadian model. I think she's a character. I'm not sure. I just saw her and just went, "Wow, she's amazing." I thought it was really cool. I might just get her as a little sort of hobby sidebar sort of thing. Right. I shot. So yes. Yeah, that was the Tajir put up because everyone. Yeah, I know a few people. I've been around. What can I say? I know these people. People just end up knowing. Oh, you know him. Oh my god. It was just still weird about like the whole Brian connection as well. That was just like bonkers. Yeah, he had he had another role play weekend because he's doubling up on role play weekends, but I couldn't make the last one because of time off and stuff. And the week before, I was off that weekend for a Titan walk, so I can't have too many off, unfortunately. Haley, yes. Go look at the hobby whip. Okay. So that's what Phil's working on. So that's the Sultanate vessel. He does like his catamarans. He admitted that to me the other day. That is actually pretty cool, and that is quite a colour, but it works. Nice. I was saying earlier on before you turned up, I have no idea about what the hell this game system's all about. I just like the idea it has ships in, and they go poo poo poo, and kaboom, and we're sinking, stuff like that, and like captains bravely standing on their foredeck. Hey, hello, Mike. How are you, dude? Yeah. Are you going to the October one though? I think most of the people in here know about my adventures at Brian's. For role playing Star Wars games, and obviously most of the pictures you see me as some sort of mutant Wookiee with my very dodgy. Like the last mask I got was just dire. I saw one on eBay. Was going at a really good price. It was actually it allowed for the mouth to open and stuff. It wasn't the one that goes. It wasn't that one. It was actually like a material one, but it had a jaw movement on it. And I showed it to Brian, and he just went, "Oh, that looks atrocious." And so it all put me off. Kind of regret it because the one I got as a backup is nowhere near as nice, and it looks horrendous. It's like a Wookiee's been in a car crash. It's just so bad. Okay, I know you don't want to see it, but you're going to. So let's find the selfies. And find the game. There's the walk. Right. So, I, anyone of a nervous disposition, avert your eyes. That is an improvement on my marsh from the year before, because that was terrifying. Well, there was actually the one from the year before was doubly terrifying because I had 2 masks, which I'll find for Yao. Almost there. Stay on target. Almost there. Oh, I'm in the right year. Oh. Right. So there's that one, which has the come to bed eyes and pouting lips. And this one, which is considered to be a waking nightmare. So yeah, it's not the greatest. Oh yeah, that's me doing my sexy Wookiee. Oh my god! Oh my god! I've just posted the thing. It says "Look up dog." um, but yeah, so my Wookiee exploits haven't been the greatest. I do try. Oh. Yeah, David, as Simon and me at Aaron's. We found a box and we made a helmet. What are you going to do? Yeah, that mask is just so bad. All the masks, I still got them somewhere. Although I did give up eventually and just went like that. That's Brian's ceiling. He's got lighting effects in clouds on his ceiling. Oh dear, sorry. um, I'm not working 2 teams at work anymore, so fingers crossed. Well, hopefully we'll see you again, sir. It's been a while. Like 4 years, maybe 5. Is it 2018? 2018 or 2019? Anywho, very fetching, thank you. That's a Yorkshire Terrier, not a Wookiee. Yeah, Simon and Gail are absolutely darlings. So Gail is again, I is a sister. She's my little sister. I'm her big brother. So again, because I have a tendency to do that, as most people in the chat will know. But yeah, no, Gal is one of the nicest human beings I've had the privilege of meeting, and Simon is just as awesome. It's so funny. So that's the Lancelot class. Just throw it on the floor, Lee. Throw it on the floor. Yeah, I think a few people missed that one as well. There was not as many people apparently. I don't know. I've never been to one before, but no, he hasn't actually. I think me and social media have not been the closest of friends recently. I literally just go on post because work is just so busy. So when I get like 5 seconds, I'm just basically whacking up a post quickly before having to go back to do more work. But the what do you call it? I think I did. Did he do a TIE Defender or something? There was a red TIE Defender. I'm assuming that was him. As you're talking about those ships, do you know I've got that big yellow one? The like catamaran type one. I won it apparently through the role playing of last October's get together. Well, it was a second prize. First prize was that 3D printed Millennium Falcon he built with LEDs and sound thingy, which Jojo won. And I got that as second place. It was supposed to go in 2019, but last time was 2017. Right, I'm going to take a bath. Peanut is watching still, but shall be no comments from now. Enjoy the stream. Well, thank you for dropping in, buddy. Love to everybody who's still there, and Peanut and Natasha, where she's scampering around, and everyone else. And thank you for popping in and keeping us all company. I'll speak to you soon. Enjoy your bath. Yeah, that's really, really good looking. Yeah, I know. As I say, he does get all these awesome prints and just knocks them out. Like he's painting as well. Like it's so realistic looking. Like the weathering on that mantis, something mantis. He's just really, really cool. And because the Mandalorian, which is obviously second episode dropped, so those who have not watched it, it is on now on Disney Plus. It is awesome. I watched it while I was having dinner before coming on stream. And being a Mando freak, I do love a bit of the Mandalorian and the stuff from the back. Just checking. So because of the Mandalorian and owning that ship, I got myself some Mandos from Star Wars Legion. So they were Super Commandos. So I thought, I'm not having them as Super Commandos, I'm having them as Mando squads. But see that? The chipping on the paint and all that sort of shit. Don't mind that bar there because the actual thing was broken, so I had to replace it, and I haven't painted it yet. Watched it earlier, really, really good episode. Yes, it was a really good episode. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Let's get all these turrets out of the way. Yes. It was obviously not going to be discussing the episode, but I loved it. Just for the little background stuff. Again, it's all like Easter eggs and fan service, but I'm all about the fan service, so I've enjoyed it. Revisiting whatever's happening in the last episode. Some little cheeky moments. Back door. Right. Yeah, Phil was when I was trying to find out with this thing because of the turrets here, and I'm not sure if they're interchangeable ones because the pictures I've seen online only have the little missile launchers on the sides. Because I think like those big turrets actually are a bit too big. Missile turrets would be okay, but it's whether or not, because if I stick magnets in there, they're not gonna. I'd have to actually drill into the model to make the magnets sit in better because they're a bit flush otherwise. Because when I was looking up on the Dystopian Wars website, they don't actually have the picture of this updated onto it, so you can't actually see the build instructions. Not that you need it with this thing, it's actually fairly easy to figure out how it goes together. Ah, cheers, dude. So it's brutally attacking this thing. I'm a bit worried about, because obviously this is a flying unit and it has a flying stand for it. It's not that heavy a model, but I'm just, just a little bit like, oh, I hope it doesn't fall off. It destroys itself before battle, because that would not be good. Oh, that's all right then. That's fine. So I can just glue them in. With little ones with 3 rockets. Those ones. Unless there's a. That's the thing. I haven't really looked at the other sprues. I might have to dash in and grab them then. Right, yeah, so they did look a little bit chunky. Let's get Is it still an active game? It's been around for a long time. Still have lots of unreleased mod. No, this is a new iteration of it, Rob. So there was Dystopian Wars out before, but then War Cradle Studios, which is basically Wayland Games, bought that and Firestorm Armada and Wild West Exodus. So Phil was telling me the other day, and they've reimagined it and tied it all together. So like Wild West Exodus is in the same universe as Dystopian Wars, and they've just sort of made it connected in some respects because they were like different game systems. So those old ships on eBay aren't necessarily going to look the same as these because these have all been redesigned and stuff. So I don't think there's any original stuff ship wise than before. Ah, right, okay. They must be on the other sprues that with the ships that come with this in the Avalon box. Yeah, so there's that's why there's all these like no pictures shown of certain units, but they've listed them all, so you know that these things are coming out. There is all like a War Cradle Facebook group as well, where they show off some of the stuff as it's sort of coming about for release or whatever. They're still usable, but they're a bit smaller. I say, like, obviously, if you choose a force or whatever, and they have like those thingy sets, you can always like say see if anyone else wants to buy the other ones off you or swap. I think that's what Phil did with Paul with their Imperium. I say like they all have their own little specialties as well in game. So like Russians, like the Commonwealth that Phil has, they have like rail guns and just like hurt you with them. Crown has sort of like defensive drones that they can pop up or whatever. Yeah, that's what starter set or starter fleets. That's what Luke got for his birthday. That Sunbeam got him. Like the Empire. They've like flying dragons. Like mecha dragon things. That's like the Imperium with their Jaegers. Would have been so much easier with a rattle can. It's all the stuff. So like Luke got some sort of like map of the known world or something, which I thought, oh, that's kind of cool. So, yeah, he's quite annoying. It's definitely taking its time with this one. Let's water that down a bit. Yeah, I think I just got a little bit cocky with those smaller ships, really. Although saying that, I haven't done the frigates. A spray can definitely would have been a lot quicker. Oh, bloody hell. It wouldn't be a real hobby if you didn't at least regret one thing. Yeah, no, that's doctrine. Um, there was something else I was looking at. Maybe getting myself it was on the Gundam side of things. Um, I've seen a few like hobby friends online who've got themselves some Gundam kits, sort of thing. And I've always, since watching Gundam Unicorn, was it the Castrika, the one from that, the green one. Although there is a marine Gundam that I really quite like, but you only seem to be able to get it from the States at a reasonable price, but then you've got to pay for shipping, which is like more than what the actual model's worth. As with Gundams, they generally come ready painted. You just click them together. Or from what I understand. Did I paint that out? Gluing up a bloody thing into that. Well, I do like me mechas. And apparently, like with the, even though it's like it's not like the master level one, but it's the 144 scale, not the basic, but the next one up. Apparently, the Castrica is quite a big model for its size, so it's almost like a master crafted version, or similar size to other master crafted anyway. Whoop, whoop, Gundam style. I don't know what. Just close the paint pot. Oh damn it! I've got 4 freaking frigates to do. The drink today is Warsteiner. Actually, it's a German lager. Quite like it. And I normally, when I've been round to my friend Crystal's and Rob's, I normally grab a couple of bottles for us to have, like, you know, one each, because he normally cooks dinner or something. And it's like, oh, Warsteiner, whoa, Warsteiner, and yeah, we got a little bit carried away. But I was I was on one of their streams the other day, and I was looking up for Warsteiner because it just popped into my head. And there's a Warsteiner World near Dusseldorf. Like, what? Warsteiner World? Yeah, when I was watching Unicorn, and I saw that, and I thought, oh, I like that. You know, like sometimes you just see something a bit different. I'm not a massive Gundam itself, like the normal Gundam, you know, traditional Unicorn or whatever. Not a massive fan, but I seem to like others that they have. Yeah, that's the one that it might still be in my yeah, that one I like. A marine type Gundiver. Gundiver. That's better because it's got blue and orange. I love blue and orange combinations. But the actual model itself, but it's just like $52 plus $33.60 to ship over. But that's on eBay. Wee, 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 wee. Get that back up there. Good luck getting a gun dive in the UK's and then we release. Boo! Damn them. Well, disappointing, I tell you, disappointing. Sorry, itchy back. Right. Get you out of the way. There was, I think there was, because I was searching for it, there was some UK suppliers, but obviously they're out of stock. So this is Administratum Grey. There's at the moment as well, it's like TV wise, obviously in between like Mandalorian, Picard season 3, which has been awesome. So good. And again, it's like with the Mandalorian, they're giving the fan service, they're bringing back all these characters and from earlier Star Treks. But it's been glorious, and I say like watching that Carnival Row, Mandalorian. That's most of my week, but 2 weeks time. Well, week actually next Wednesday is release of another awesome series, which is Ted Lasso on Apple TV. So the third series of that. That's been weird because that's been sort of, it was filmed last year and there was anticipating it coming out last year, but it did not. Good bet is Mail, the UK supplier, as they import many kits, less tax for you in theory. I wanted to, again, like with these ships, was mixing them up a little bit. Don't know what just to say. It's just nice to have different types of ships without just like having the same sort of repeat. Because I was saying to Phil the other day, like I'm actually naming some of these ships after people from the Titans Owners Club. So this Albion class cruiser is going to be HMS Lord Halfpenny. I still haven't figured out what I'm going to do for Phil. Lancelot class, I was actually going to go for the Sir William Marshall, after my favourite knight, who has my name. Well, surname. I don't know, I'm focusing on the rotors as much as I want to paint them lead belcher anyway. So. cutting these nubs off. So I'll put the magnets on. That off there. I knew you couldn't resist the the mechanical squids. They have mechanical squids today. I thought they had the dragons. Production line. Oh, did they? All right, cool. Mechanical squids. Oh my god. Ah. Oh, Luke's going to be excited. Yeah, well, say sea beasties. Who would not want to have sea beasties in their force? I don't think I can. I can't have them. So just say I'm just a little bit off screen because I need to be able to see what I'm actually doing. So that's what I'm doing. I'm sticking magnets. I'll check them out in a sec. They say like looking through like the stuff that these guys have, like the Gloriana Dreadnought is interesting, especially seeing as 40k has Glorianas. Um, right. Get these other cannons done while I'm here. Might as well. I'll get some of those missiles done as well. Be rude not to. I think these are 3x1. I was saying earlier, I was ordering 2x1s for doing the hands, and these came through, and I'm thinking, well, they're massive. And so I ordered 1x1s, which were obviously too small, then realised, hold on, they're simply the wrong fucking size. I believe these are 3x1s. just keeping track of these, the polarity. Plus, once I get some more ships, right. That's that lot done. Stretch, stretch. Ow, 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 ow. Right. Ooh, squeeze. Was I'm just looking. No, come off. I don't want. Agincourt, San Belvedere, Belfast, Bonaventure, Caliburn. So I don't know what High Guardian is. War platforms, Gloriana Dreadnought, Halifax Shield Cruiser, Hotspur Lancelot, Newfoundland Attack Cruiser. I know Canadian, yeah, because there's some Canadian ships as well as part of this lot. Sakaki, Sakash, radar frigate. So I reckon that's probably what some of these bits are for these additional ships. Toronto. Oh, that's a bit different, isn't it? Canadian. Yeah, so that's Canadian frontline cruiser. So there are slight differences. Yukon. So the Morgana, which is that, I think that also the Nautilus is that, just with different rules. Orca Sub Hunter, little smaller thingy. Oh, what bits? Oh, on here. You got like that thing on that thing and those things there as well. They're all bits that go into a turret area. So let's have a look. 2 secs. What's that? I thought it was one of those bits might have been as a Halifax. I do like the fact that you do get actually, so where's that? Yeah, Ariana. No, not Ariel. Right, let's try another option. Right, so this is what you get in the Avalon thing. So that's the big dude. And you got those two. Now these things here, with the spare parts I've got left over from these, I could do different cruisers as well. Because you get on the frontline sprue, you've got like you can do cruiser and carrier. You can do the Hotspur. Sorry, Agincourt, the Hotspur, and then you've got a missile cruiser. Or I've got the bits left over. I could do the bigger cruisers and combine the two. So the parts there, because these side parts are the same and the rear parts are the same. I've got, we'll see, spare bits. But I haven't got. I'm probably not going to have the chimney stacks. So what I could do, the Sabre command cruiser, because I know I've got the parts of that, and only need 2 chimney stacks. Oh, so they're generators that these things can have then. So you can, instead of like having 3 cannons on this, I could put a generator on one of these hard points. That what you're saying? Is that what you're saying, son? I've not actually, I've not even bothered looking at the Orbat. Orbat. Mm. Oh. Quite a lot of stats. Yeah, the Canadians with their Protecteur submersible carrier. Saskatchewan. So I've never even looked at that thing before. That's better pop them off as well then. Right. It's a good thing you're about, Phil, because I wouldn't have a bloody Scooby what the hell they were for. I thought it was just like secret things for another kit. Doop, 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 doop. So this is from the Gloriana class. The model may alter their cost by -10 and replace a single heavy gun battery weapon with an Atomic Fury Guardian 2 magnetic shroud or trident generators. Gloriana is the dreadnought. So shit. Found it. So power up type stuff. Oh, homing torpedoes. Hey, congratulations, son. We got some other awesome news for you, though. Swooping in here with your win. But Rob has got himself Empire Force for Dystopian Wars. And some squids. So there you go. Thought that would put a smile on your face. The Empire of the Blazing Sun will sail. Come around here causing such a fracas. So at the moment I'm just gluing magnets onto some equipment I didn't realise my dudes had. And Phil just said, oh no, that's what they are. Little generators, isn't they? One. Oh, okay, it's pissing down. Ooh. Should start real soon. Awesome. My list was a 4 Corsair maniple with either fist or chain fist. You just run them over and beat them up. Self-aware penguins turned by the Necrons. You messed them up quite a bit. You big bully. Going around there picking up poor Matt. Poor Matt. Right. So that's them taken care of. I'm going to get Sodom. Yeah, it's a bit poopy outside, really. I quite like that. You can say that again. My dog was very unimpressed when I started coming down proper. No, because the thing is, you're on the coast, so the high salt content does make it harder for snow to settle. That's something I learnt from Thomas. Day off for me tomorrow, but got the Sky Engineer coming out to have a look at the box. So you obviously get that changed. And updated at least, if possible. That would be nice. It should be done because that's probably like an original freaking box. Actually, when I was trying to sort this out last week, the looking on OpenReach, and they've said that the super duper mega super fast internet will be coming this way between now and 2026. Thanks, OpenReach. But even if it was just like this, what we've got now, and consistent, would be very nice for just, you know, doing consecutive hobby hangouts. This Saturday was atrocious. There's no bandwidth whatsoever. Same with Melee. A company called GigaClear has been digging up the village, installing fibre lines. Yeah, it's like where Phil is. They've got a company called City Fibre, and Phil's got like a gig of high-speed internet through that. So he's a happy little bundle. His internet is so good, he knows what I'm saying even before I've said it. So it's like, oh my goodness. I'll just try to get my arm position better because so painting ships is made also I can see him better under the light as well, so it comes in handy that. Galmeg, hello, greetings and salutations. How are you today? Are you hobbying? Are you just dropping in to say hi? What's occurring? I doing some dystopian wars stuff. Currently just doing some layers on a Britannia class battleship, or heavy battleship as its full title. Oh, missed that one a bit. To be honest, I'm a bumfuck where Warwickshire standard broadband is stable, just slow compared. Yeah, that's the thing. Stable is better than none, And like I had having conversations with obviously the Sky people who supply my internet. They're saying, well, we're showing that you're getting sort of like 40 megabytes into the property on the line. I said, well, that's all well and good. That's what's coming in to the house from the street, but it's not what's in from the router. You know, I tested it yesterday, like last night, when nobody was on anything. Everyone was in bed. I was the last one awake, and it was like coming up like 0.2 sort of. And it's like, that's a bit shite. But testing it tonight, it was well, at the moment I'm just under 3 meg upload. Well, it's 2,700 kbs, which is good for me at least anyway. They seem a little bit weird, but I'm going to paint the inside of these different colour. So, I'm trying to think what else has been going on recently. Yeah, finishing Titans and progressing. I did. I may have picked up another starter set. So I actually have 2 starter sets awaiting work. Yes, I have magnets. I have indeed magnetized. That's what I was doing when you turned up. I was magnetizing. So there you go. See? Right. That's more likely going to be something like that. So, yeah. Oh, these are dystopian wars ships. So it's like battleship combat from War Cradle. Engine Phil in the chat sort of got into this, and I sort of got my interest peaked because I'd been listening to a podcast about Second World War, and they'd been talking about the Battle of the Atlantic. And I thought, oh, that'd be cool. And then he mentioned about playing this game, and so I thought, oh, that does sound cool, and I like the sound of that. and he was telling me about another friend of ours who's gone with like it's sort of like steampunk era, but with some sort of future punk bits thrown in as well, because like these are sort of like Victorian era type battles, but these ships have, you know, they have flight. There's, well, for example, this thing is a flying carrier, as you do, and they have like World War II or Second World War like fighter craft, you know, but it's that sort of Captain Nemo, sort of that sort of feel to it. And in between Titan projects, I thought, yeah, I'll give this a go. And I've already done a couple of ships a few weeks ago. So, big shooty thing, support carrier, some heavy destroyers. And so it's submarine type things. And we've all seemed to be getting ourselves all in the mood to get some of these models and different fleets. So Luke has whales. So his dudes, the Enlightened, from what he was telling me the other day, has like a battleship like this, and it fires killer whales at people for some reason. As Rob has tonight actually bought himself a faction starter set and some squiddy things. So yeah, it's just like a little thing that we're all working together in between Titan walks, really. So it's all groovy. Clicky clicky. History, my fourth favourite subject. Bloody enablers. Well, that's the thing. You come in here, Rob. What are you expecting? That's why you come here. So you do get enabled. So I've also been magnetising lots of little bits that go into there. So you've got your turrets. You've got these generator thingies. We enable each other. It's wholesome. There you go. But yeah, they do take up a lot less space than Titans. That's for sure. So heavy cruisers. Oh, heavy cruiser, just a cruiser, support carrier, bombardment cruiser, heavy battleship, floaty aircraft carrier thingy. But yes, they're quite funky little things. Whale gun, yes. Yeah, just launches bloody orcas. We need more whales. Whales for my whale gun. Taking whaling to a whole new level. Up and away in my beautiful baboon. Sailing and a whaling. Can't be a war cry. Yeah, so just always. But when we was talking about the other day, weren't we, Luke? Where saying about just reminded me of the South Park episode when they put a killer whale onto the moon. It was so sad but funny. It was just like just don't know how. I don't know what to do. Should I laugh? I don't know. Feel like I should laugh, but it's quite sad. Are you working on anything tonight, Calmark? Calmick, sorry, Cal. What the penguin is South Park? You don't know what South Park is? A TV show, a comic cartoon, quite offensive. There was a movie and everything. Some Hellblasters and a few random bits. Yeah, like Family Guy, but it was a little bit more. They were more topical with some of the stuff that they sort of covered over the course of the years. Um, but yeah. Wake up, sleepyhead. And to be fair, it was more. His height was sort of early 2000s. To be fair, I think the time of the movie was about 2007. That's this time before I was born. Rob, you got the. At least I'm not the only one. Yes. Young bloods, you both. You go to Chinese fleet, nice. Fairly sure the units are mixed up for Empire, but I'll have to read up on it. For now, I've got starter fleet and some mechanical squid things. What's the game called again? Sounds interesting. This is Dystopian Wars. It's a sort of a reimagining of a game that was out before called Dystopian Wars. The rights got sold, and a new company, War Cradle, who make Wild West Exodus, also making this. So obviously it's like ship combat, steampunky sort of feel to it. But yeah, it's got like lots to choose from, like forces wise. So we should give you a bit of variety. And they've got like with all game systems, they've got their own special rules on certain armies and all that sort of jazz. So I've not actually played this yet. Phil's the only one here who has. So, but I'd just say I just like the kits. The kits are really nice. And fun to build. So I'm blocking in these colours because these will all be washed at some stage. I'm probably not going to do it tonight. But it doesn't have to be neat at this phase of things. Oh, Night Phil. That's cool. Need to make my pile of shame smaller. Yeah. Well, you know, piles of shame are there to just remind us that we've got a hobby to do. I'll never be ashamed of your pile. Gosh. Right. I'm probably going to actually leave it there myself, actually, because I've got work to do. I've got to get this place cleared out. Not work to. I'm off tomorrow, but I've got to be up early for the kids. I've got to go up to theirs and take them to college and stuff. Plus, we've got the engineer, so I've got that to sort out as well. Joy! So, yeah, I'm going to call it now. It's almost past. So, it's a good old shift. Thank you, as always, for popping in and hanging out. It took 2,000 points of 1,000 Suns, 5,000 points of Spaceballs, 1,250 of Orcs, 3,750 of Night Lords. Are these all heresy or these 40k? I'm assuming heresy, but then you've got Hellblasters, so it could be 40k. Well, it's always nice to have you hanging out here, Mike. You know, it's good to have everyone joining in, chatting, having hobby questions answered, enabling others to fulfill their dreams and buy ships, stuff like that. Whatever that is, my son, that's fine. 40k half my walls and 30k for HH and Night for everyone else. Well, thanks for accompanying Cal and everybody. Hope to see you in October. Hopefully I'll see you here sooner again. So what's today? Wednesday. Yeah, so it should be on Saturday night, normal, 8 p.m. UK time. And yeah, we'll do some more hobbying. Whether or not it'll be this, whether or not it'll be Titans, I don't know. It might be both. Who knows? But yeah, thanks everyone for stopping by and hanging out. It's been quite enjoyable. So yeah, so until Saturday, we will see you again then. So see you later. Pressing the end. Bye.